invent, what we call discovery, meaning invention, meaning discover. The biggest invention is we humans, friend. Where did we humans come from and how did we come here? And the most important discovery is who are we humans. It is said that all the life systems of the world started from the sea. A strange fish species that like to live in mud, an amazing species of ape recreated from which the Homo sapiens species later emerged. This Homo sapiens species is actually a human being. This is called evolutionary. This is evolutionary actually discovery. What is discovery? Discovery, observation. Discovery is the act of detecting something new or something previously unrecognized as meaningful. Wikipedia. Overview. What is discovery? New Hampshire Judicial Branch Government, https www.courts.nh.government, files, documents, wpdf. General information. Discovery is the formal process by which the parties to a case in a court exchange information about the case. Discovery. Noun, definition, pictures, pronunciation and Oxford Learners Dictionaries, https www.oxfordlearnersdiscoveries.com. English, countable, uncountable, an act or the process of finding somebody, something or learning about something that was not known about before. What is the difference between a discovery and an invention? https www.med.totaru.ac.jp hat sumegaku differ. All you need for a great invention is within yourself. A discovery is recognizing something that already exists for the first time that nobody has found before. How Christopher Columbus discovered the Americas. An invention is creating something totally new with one's own ideas and development. Although an invention is completely new to the world, the physical material needed for its production already exists, involved, innovated from the ideas and experiences of the individual, thus making inventions unique, creating all the material into something with the concept of plus minus into and divided is what invention is all about. The combination of available material has no limits, e.g. how Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. How courts work. Discovery, American Bar Association, https www.americanbar.organization, groups, resources, discovery. 28 November 2021. How courts work. steps in a trial discovery. To begin preparing for trial, both sides engage in discovery. This is the formal process of exchanging information between the parties about the witness and evidence. They prevent a trial discovery, enables the parties to know before the trial begins what evidence may be presented. It's designed to prevent trial by ambush, where one side doesn't learn of the other side's evidence or witness until the trial, when there's no time to obtain answering evidence. One of the most common methods of discovery is to take deposition. A deposition is an out of court statement given under oath by any person involved in the case. It is to be used at trial or in preparation for trial. It may be in the form of a written transcript, a videotape, or both. In most states, either of the parties may take the deposition of the other party or of any other witness. Both sides have the right to be present during oral deposition. Deposition enables a party to know in advance what a witness will say at the trial. Deposition can also be taken to obtain the testimony of important witness who can't appear during the trial. In that case, they are read into evidence at the trial. Often a witness's deposition will be taken by the opposing side and used to discredit the witness's testimony at trial. If the trial testimony arises from the testimony taken during the deposition, a lawyer might ask a witness at trial, "Are you lying now, or were you lying then?" Usually deposition consists of an oral examination followed by cross-examination by the opposing side in addition to taking deposition. Either party may submit written questions called interrogations to the other party and require that they be answered in writing under oath. If one party chooses to use an interrogatory, written questions are sent to the lawyer representing the other side, and that party has a period of time in which to answer well. The discover is that he says is the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of search for him. The holy sin of this world of search for him. World of search for him. The discover is that he says is the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of search for him. The holy sin of this world of search for him. World of search for him. Smoky clouds somewhere, so many movements in the earth. He searches in these Whatever is precious, he searches in this. Whatever is precious, whatever is precious. Smoky clouds somewhere, so many moments in the dark. He searches in this, whatever is precious. He searches in this, whatever is precious, whatever is precious. The discover is that he makes. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of search for him. The holy sin of this world of search for him. World of search for him. The discover is that he make. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of search for him. The holy sin of this world of search for him. World of search for him. And it's the sky in my eyes. And that sky in the views like his movement. The sun, moon, star brings the turmoil into it. The sun, moon, star brings the turmoil into it. Brings the turmoil into it. And that sky in the views like his movement. The sun, moon, star brings the turmoil into it. The sun, moon, star brings the turmoil into it. Brings the turmoil into it. The discovered is that he makes. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of search for him. The holy sin of this world of search for him. World of search for him. The discover is that he makes. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of search for him. The holy sin of this world of search for him. World of search for him. By the way, discovering also means using the brain. How do humans use their brains? Do people only use 10% of their brains? Scientific American, HTTPS www.scientificamerican.com article, do people 7 February 2008. Ultimately, it's not that we use 10% of our brains, merely that we only understand about 10% of how it functions. Do we really use only 10% of our brain? Britannica, HTTPS www.britannica.com companion, world history. It's one of Hollywood's favorite bits of pseudoscience. Human beings use only 10% of their brain and awakening the remaining 90% supposedly dormant allows otherwise ordinary human beings to display extraordinary mental abilities. In Phenomenon 1996, John Travolta gains the ability to predict earthquakes and instantly learns foreign languages. Scarlett Johansson becomes a superpowered martial arts master in Lucky 2014. And in Limitless 2011, Bradley Cooper writes a novel overnight. This ready-made blueprint for fantasy films is also a favorite among the general public. In a survey, 65% of respondents agreed with the statement, people only use 10% of their brain on a daily basis. But the truth is that we use all of our brain all of the time. How do we know? For one thing, if we needed only 10% of our brain, the majority of brain injuries would have no discernible consequences, since the damage would affect parts of the brain that were not doing anything to begin with. We also know that natural selection discoveries discourages the development of useless anatomical structures. Early humans who devoted scarce physical resources to growing and maintaining huge amounts of excess brain tissue would have been out competed by those who spent those precious resources on things more necessary for survival and reproductive success. Dogged immune system, stronger muscles, better looking hair, just about anything would be more useful than having a head full of inert tissue. We have been able to back up these logical conclusions with hard evidence. Imaging techniques such as position emission tomography (PET) and functional magnetic resonance imaging fMRI allow doctors and scientists to map brain activity in real time. The data clearly shows that large areas of the brain, for more than 10%, are used for all sorts of activity, from seemingly simple tasks like resting or looking at pictures to more complex ones like reading or doing math. Scientists have yet to find an area of the brain that doesn't do anything. So, how did we come to believe that 90% of our brain is useless? The myth is often incorrectly attributed to 19th century physiologist William James, who proposed that most of our mental potential goes untapped, but he never specified a percentage. Albert Einstein, a magnet for misdistribution of codes has also been held responsible. In reality, the concept most likely came from the American self-help industry. One of the earliest mentions appears in the perfect preface to Dale Carnegie's 1936 mega bestseller, How to Win Friends and Influence People. The idea that we have harnessed only a fraction of our brain's full potential has been a staple for motivational gurus, new age hucksters, and uninspired screenwriters ever since. Obviously, this is bad news for anyone hoping to find the secret of becoming a genius overnight. The good news, though, is that hard work still works. There is plenty of reason to believe that you can build brain power by regularly working at challenging mental tasks, such as playing a musical instrument, doing arithmetic, or reading a novel. In fact, inventing can be progressed by using the brain in the right way. That's why it's called inventing. Inventing, what is called invention? Invention, that's a discovery. Invention, that's a discovery. Inventing, what is called invention? Invention, that's a discovery. Invention, that's a discovery. This is our everything in the world. Is this an invention? It's really just inventing. Is this an invention? It's really just inventing. This is world, everything in the world. Is this an invention? It's really just inventing. Is this an invention? It's really just inventing. Inventing, what is it called invention? Invention, that's a discovery. Invention, that's a discovery. Inventing, what is it called invention? Invention, that's a discovery. Invention, that's a discovery. The sun during the day, the moon at night. This earth in the middle, this is also a trick of inventing. This earth in the middle, this is also a trick of inventing. The sun during the day, the moon at night. This earth in the middle, this is also a trick of inventing. This earth in the middle, this is also a trick of inventing. Inventing, what is called invention? Invention, that's a discovery. Invention, that's a discovery. Inventing, what is called invention? Invention, that's a discovery. Invention, that's a discovery. Friends, This is the earth where we live. Who said this is the earth only? Meaning, this earth is our inventing. During the day, we see the same bright star, the sun. Who said this is the day? Meaning, this day is our invention. As soon as night falls, a white light moon appears in the faint light of the sky full of small stars which illuminates our earth, and we call it moonlight. Who said it's moonlight? Meaning, this moonlight is our invention. Say sun during the day, maybe sometimes, but we give priority to the moon only at night. This means the sun during the day, the moon at night, and our earth is in between. I am not saying that after the sun there is the earth, after the earth there is moon, because eclipse is also present in between. But I will definitely say this: why is the constellation sun, planet, earth, moon, satellite? The simple answer is that in accordance with both ancient astrological tradition and modern astrology, the sun technically has no constellation. But if you were to change locations and travel to a new star system, you would then be able to view the sun as we do other distant collection of stars. In April 2017, when the solar system settled into its current layout about 4.5 billion years ago, Earth formed when gravity pulled swirling gas and dust into become the third planet from the Sun. Like its fellow terrestrial planets, Earth has a central core, a rocky mantle, and a solid crust. Moon is a satellite of Earth, since Moon revolves around Earth. If a celestial body revolves around a planet, then the body is called as its satellite or natural satellite. Stars, planets, satellites. Why such idea? Why is the sun a satellite? Usually the word satellite refers to a man-made machine that is launched into space and moves around Earth or another body in space. The sun and the solar system do orbit center of the Milky Way galaxy. But the sun is not a satellite of something. 26 October 2022. What is a satellite? Grades K for NASA.government, https www.nasa.government for kids and students. What is 7 February 2024? A satellite is an object that moves around a larger object. Earth is a satellite because it moves around the sun. The moon is a satellite because it moves around Earth. Earth and the moon are called natural satellites. But usually when someone says satellite, they are talking about a man-made satellite. Man-made satellites are machines made by people. These machines are launched into space and orbit Earth or another body in space. There are thousands of man-made satellites. Some take pictures of our planet, some take pictures of other planets, the sun and other objects. These pictures help scientists learn about Earth, the solar system and the universe. Other satellites send TV signals and phone calls around the world. Inventing, what is called invention? Invention, that's a discovery. Invention, that's a discovery. Inventing, what is called invention? Invention, that's a discovery. Invention, that's a discovery. This is our world, everything in the world. Is this an invention? It's really just inventing. Is this an invention? It's really just inventing. This is your world, everything in the world. Is this an invention? It's really just inventing. Is this an invention? It's really just inventing. Inventing, what is it called invention? Invention, that's the discovery. Invention, that's the discovery. Inventing, what is it called invention? Invention, that's the discovery. Invention, that's the discovery. The sun during the day, the moon at night. This earth in the middle, this is also a trick of inventing. This earth in the middle, this is also a trick of inventing. The sun during the day, the moon at night. This earth in the middle, this is also a trick of inventing. This earth in the middle, this is also a trick of inventing. Inventing, what is called invention? Invention, that's the discovery. Invention, that's the discovery. Inventing, what is called invention? Invention, that's the discovery. Invention, that's the discovery. Inventing, what is called invention? Friends, living in and around Kolkata, you may not have to say that the spring season is not over yet, but what a sensation of summer is going on. I already told you my doll Sneha has come to stay with me from her mother's house. The heat of the summer affected my doll Sneha. So Sneha told her mother that the drinking water is getting hot and she is not able to drink it. Told my wife Sneha to tell dad to install an air cooler. Sneha said, I cannot install ice water in the cooler every day. How does this air cooler cool the heat in the house? The cooling pad is weighted by the water from the pump and the hot air from the fan or blower passes through it. The water in the cooling pad evaporates and the air becomes cool and moist. The process of evaporation lowers the temperature of the air while increasing its humidity. 27 February 2024. How does an air cooler work? Crompton. https www.crompton.co.in. Blog How does an air 21 July 2023. As the air passes over the pad, the water in the pad evaporates, which removes heat from the air and cools it. How does an air cooler work? Chroma Unboxed Chroma. https www.chroma.com. Unboxed. How does an air cooler? 9 February 2023. With extreme heat and ever rising summer temperatures becoming a common phenomenon, appliances such as air coolers have become a necessity. A mere ceiling fan is no longer apt to tackle the harsh summer in many regions. That is precisely why air coolers are being rapidly adapted to work in tandem with a ceiling fan to withstand the high temperatures and make the room livable and pleasant during peak summer days. Even though they have become a common sight, most users don't actually understand how air coolers work. Whether you are an existing user of one or are looking to buy one yourself soon, a little understanding of the workings of an air cooler will help you get the most out of the appliance, also ensuring you are able to use it is as intended for a long time. What is an air cooler? An air cooler, as the name suggests, is a type of air cooling system that brings down the temperature of the room, office or any other enclosed area it is placed in. These are also known as evaporative coolers or a swamp coolers. Air coolers are a cost-effective and energy-efficient option for cooling dry and hot areas, but may not be the best fit for humid climates. Air coolers come in different types such as portable, window-mounted or central units. The portable units are small, compact and easy to move around. Window-mounted air coolers are installed in a window and only cool a specific room. Central units are typically used to cool large spaces such as offices, warehouses and commercial buildings. How does an air cooler work? An air cooler uses the principle of evaporative cooling to cool the air. There are three main parts to any air cooler: a water tank, an absorbent sheet and a fan. It works by pulling in hot, dry air and passing it through a wet pad or filter. The discover is that man, he says it the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of search for him. The holy sin of this world of search for him. World of search for him. The discovery is that he make. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of search for him. The holy sin of this world of search for him. World of search for him. Smoky clouds somewhere. So many movements in the earth. He searches in this, whatever is precious. He searches in this, whatever is precious. Whatever is precious. Smoky clouds somewhere. So many movements in the earth. He searches in this, whatever is precious. He searches in this, whatever is precious. Whatever is precious. The discovery is that he makes. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of searching for him. The holy sin of this world of searching for him. World of searching for him. The discovery is that he make. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of searching for him. The holy sin of this world of search for him. World of search for him. And in the sky in my eyes. And that sky in the views like his movement. The sun, moon, star, things it turmoil into it. The sun, moon, star, brings it turmoil into it. Brings it turmoil into it. And that sky in the views like his movement. The sun, moon, star, brings it turmoil into it. The sun, moon, star, brings it turmoil into it. Brings it turmoil into it. The discoverer is that he make. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of searching for him. The holy sin of this world of searching for him. World of searching for him. The discoverer is that he make. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of searching for him. The holy sin of this world of searching for him. World of searching for him. Friends, I know that nowadays there is a freezer in every house. Whenever you want to drink water, you use a bottle filled with cold water from the fridge. A few days ago, there was noise that the Atlantic ice is melting. So NASA used a system to try to stop the ice from melting by installing huge fans. And it did. And it helped a lot. Our body sweats due to heat. As soon as we take out the bottle from the fridge and drink water, our whole body becomes cool. How does this refrigerator make water cool and cold? The evaporator is located inside a refrigerator and is the part that makes the items in the refrigerator cold. As the refrigerant turns from a liquid into a gas through evaporation, it cools the area around it, producing the proper environment for strong food. How does a fridge work? Fantastic fridge. https www.fantasticfridge.com. Young learners, how does this refrigerator make water cool and cold? From www.fantasticfridge.com. Evaporator. The cold liquid absorbs the warmth from the air inside the refrigerator and turns back into a low temperature gas. Have you ever wondered how your fridge works to keep things cold? Refrigerators use the principles of pressure, condensing and evaporation of a fluid in a closed circuit to remove heat and reduce the temperature inside the fridge. The fluid is called the refrigerant and the picture shows how it is moved around the circuit to cool the space in the fridge. You can see in the diagram opposite the different components that make a fridge work and how they fit into the cabinet. Compressor. Gas at low pressure and low temperature enters the compressor. The gas is compressed to a higher pressure and its temperature rises, just like a bicycle pump which gets warmer pumping up a tire. This uses electricity. Condenser. The hot gas is then transferred to a condenser where the heat is removed and the gas begins to condense into a liquid. Ventilation fins. The heat is released via cooling fins on the back of the fridge unit. Expansion valve. The liquid then goes through an expansion device where its pressure is suddenly lowered. It expands and some of the liquid turns very quickly into a vapor. This changes of state has a cooling effect. Evaporator. The cold liquid absorbs the warmth from the air inside the refrigerator and turns back into a low temperature gas. At low pressure, it now starts its journey again through the compressor. Think you have got all that? Why not try our refrigeration circuit test game? What is the matter? Water that becomes cold also becomes hot. Water itself means alkaline or purity, which is made only of hydrogen and oxygen. When hydrogen and oxygen have one atom each, then hydroxide is formed. Water is formed only when one oxygen atom becomes two hydrogen atoms. Is not this inventing to think, friends? Hydroxide, when oxygen mixed with hydrogen, oxygen for one atom, two hydrogens have become water. Oxygen for one atom, two hydrogens become water. Hydroxide, when oxygen mixes with hydrogen, oxygen if one atom, two hydrogens become water. Oxygen if one atom, two hydrogens become water. All the oceans of the earth, some dust, soil and the rock, trees and the plants in these, all that's left is biology. Trees and the plants in these, all that's left is biology. All the oceans of the earth, some dust, soil and the rock, trees and the plants in these, all that's left is biology. Trees and the plants in these, all that's left is biology. Hydroxide, when oxygen mixes with hydrogen, oxygen if one atom, two hydrogens become water. Oxygen if one atom, two hydrogens become water. Hydroxide, when oxygen mixes with water, oxygen if one atom, two hydrogens become water. Oxygen if one atom, two hydrogen become water. There from Mercury, Venus to Mars, terrestrial is in the solar system. No life on the red planet, no water, no atmosphere. No life on the red planet, no water, no atmosphere. There from Mercury, Venus to Mars, terrestrial is in the solar system. No life on the red planet, no water, no atmosphere. No life on the red planet, no water, no atmosphere. Hydroxide, when oxygen mixes with hydrogen, oxygen if one atom, two hydrogen becomes water. Oxygen if one atom, two hydrogens become water. Hydroxide, when oxygen mixes with hydrogen, oxygen if one atom, two hydrogens become water. Oxygen if one atom, two hydrogens become water. Is there really no water in Mars? It is said that when the distance of the red planet from the Earth is closest, then the distance of the rocket from Earth to Mars becomes approximately 230 days to Earth. After Perseverance launch, how many Earth days did it take to reach Mars and land? The rover took 29 weeks to travel to Mars and landed in Jezero crater on February 18, 2021 to begin its science phase. After May 17, 2022, the rover will move upward and examine rocks on the surface for evidence of past life on Mars. When was Curiosity launched to Mars and all of them landed in Mars? Curiosity rover, Wikipedia, https en.wikipedia.organization, wiki, Curiosity rover. Curiosity was launched from Cape Canaveral, CCAFS at 15:02:00 UTC on November 26, 2011 and landed on Aeolis Palus inside Gale crater on Mars on August 6, 2012. Timeline of Mars since Mars Science Laboratory, Mount Sharp, Gale crater. What is the future of astronauts if they send them to Mars? 6 technologies NASA is advancing to send humans to Mars. NASA.government, https www.nasa.government, Directorate STMD 6 Technology, 17 July 2020. 6 technologies NASA is advancing to send humans to Mars. Mars is an obvious source of inspiration for science fiction stories. It is familiar and well studied, yet different and far enough away to compel otherworldly adventure. NASA has its sights on the red planet for many of the same reasons. Rovers, including the Perseverance rover launching soon to Mars, take us about what it's like on the surface. That intel helps inform future human missions to the red planet. We will also need to outfill spacecraft and astronauts with technologies to get them there, explore the surface and safely return them home. The round trip mission, including time in transit from and back to Earth and on the Martian surface, will take about 2 years. Technology development has already begun to enable a crewed Mars mission as early as the 2030s. Many of the capabilities will be demonstrated at the moon first during the Artemis missions, while other systems are more uniquely suited for deeper space. Here are 6 technologies NASA is working on to make Mars science fiction a reality. Hydroxide, when oxygen mixed with hydrogen, oxygen for one atom, 2 hydrogens have become water. Oxygen for one atom, 2 hydrogens become water. Hydroxide, when oxygen mixed with hydrogen, oxygen for one atom, 2 hydrogens become water. Oxygen for one atom, 2 hydrogens become water. All the oceans of the earth, some dust, soil and the rock, trees and the plants in these, all that's left is the biology. Trees and the plants in these, all that's left is biology. All the oceans of the earth, some dust, soil and the rock, trees and the plants in these, all that's left is the biology. Trees and the plants in this, all that's left is the biology. Hydroxide, when oxygen mixed with hydrogen, oxygen for one atom, 2 hydrogens become water. Oxygen for one atom, 2 hydrogens become water. Hydroxide, when oxygen mixed with water, oxygen for one atom, 2 hydrogens become water. Oxygen for one atom, 2 hydrogen become water. There from Mercury, Venus to Mars, terrestrial is in the solar system. No life on the red planet, no water, no atmosphere. No life on the red planet, no water, no atmosphere. There from Mercury, Venus to Mars, terrestrial is in the solar system. No life on the red planet, no water, no atmosphere. No life on a red planet, no water, no atmosphere. Hydroxide, when oxygen mixes with hydrogen, oxygen if one atom, two hydrogen becomes water. Oxygen if one atom, two hydrogens become water. Hydroxide, when oxygen mixes with hydrogen, oxygen if one atom, two hydrogens become water. Oxygen if one atom, two hydrogens become water. Mixed states of hydrogen and oxygen, such as hydroxide and water, are also formed. And water means becoming smoke or ice. By the way, smoke or ice formation occurs in water, whether it is alkaline water or pure water. But as soon as one becomes a mother, the mother's milk either turns into a chick or turns into curd. Chickpea is evaporated milk and curd is cooled milk. Sometimes it happens that by not breastfeeding the child, the mother's breast become like stones, and if the mother keeps the milk in the fridge due to excess milk production, it turns into curd. This makes sense if the child is not sucking the breast, then due to the heat from the mother's breast, the cheek is growing like a stone. But how is this happening? Curd is being made as soon as the milk is kept in the freezer. Is curd also a kind of ice? Well, maybe the answer to all the question lies in this. What is milk? Milk, dairy product. Milk is a white liquid food product produced by the mammary glands of mammals and the caecilian siphon of annulatus. It is the primary source of nutrition for young mammals before they are able to digest solid food. Immune factors and immune modulating components in milk contribute to milk immunity. Wikipedia. Immunity nutrition facts. Milk 1% fat. Milk 1% fat. Sources include USDA amount per 100 grams. 100 grams calories 42% daily value. Total fat 1 gram 1%. Saturated fat 0.6 gram 3%. Cholesterol 5 mg 1%. Sodium 34 mg 1%. Potassium 150 mg 4%. Total carbohydrate 5 gram 1%. Dietary fiber 0 gram 0%. Sugar 5 gram. Protein 3.4 gram 6%. Vitamin C 0%. Calcium 12%. Iron 0%. Vitamin D 0%. Vitamin B6 0%. Cobalamin 8%. Magnesium 2%. Percent daily values are based on a 2000 calories diet. Your daily values may be higher or lower depending on your calories needs. Milk definition, types, processing and nutritional value. Britannica. https www.britannica.com. Food 15 March 2024. Milk liquid secreted by the mammary glands of female mammals to nourish their young for a period beginning immediately after birth. The milk of domesticated animals is also an important food source for humans, either as a fresh fluid or processed into a number of dairy products such as butter and cheese. Almost all the milk now consumed in Western countries is from the cow, and milk products have become important articles of commerce. Other important sources of milk are the sheep and goat, which are especially important in southern Europe and the Mediterranean area. The water buffalo, which is widely domesticated in Asia, and the camel, which is important in the Middle East and North Africa. Milk is essentially an emulsion of fat and protein in water, along with dissolved sugar, carbohydrates, minerals, and vitamins. These constituents are present in the milk of all mammals, though their proportions differ from one species to another and within species. Table, the milk of each one species seems to be a complete food for its own young for a considerable time after birth. In the stomach of the young, milk is converted to a soft curd that encloses globules of fat, enabling digestion to proceed smoothly without the disturbance often caused by fatty foods. Lactose or milk sugar is broken down into simpler digestible sugars by the enzyme lactase, which is produced in the intestine of infants. Infants who do not produce lactase develop lactose intolerance, a condition in which a variety of gastrointestinal problems arise. Lactose intolerance also commonly develops after waning or with advancing age, when many individuals cease producing lactase. The discoverer is that make, he says is the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of is set for him. The holy sin of this world of is set for him. World of is set for him. The discoverer is that make, he says is the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of is set for him. The holy sin of this world of is set for him. World of is set for him. Smoky clouds somewhere, so many movements in the earth. He searches in this, whatever is precious. He searches in this, whatever is precious. Whatever is precious. Smoky clouds somewhere, so many moments in the dark. He searches in this, whatever is precious. He searches in this, whatever is precious. Whatever is precious. The discover is that he make. He says is the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of search for him. The holy sin of this world of search for him. World of search for him. The discover is that he make. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of search for him. The holy sin of this world of search for him. World of search for him. And in the sky in my eyes. And that sky in the views like his movement. The sun, moon, stars brings the turmoil into it. The sun, moon, stars brings the turmoil into it. Brings the turmoil into it. And that sky in the views like is the movement. The sun, moon, stars brings the turmoil into it. The sun, moon, stars brings the turmoil into it. Brings the turmoil into it. The discovered is that he made. He says is the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of search for him. The holy sin of this world of search for him. World of search for him. The discover is that he make. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of search for him. The holy sin of this world of search for him. World of search for him. Means milk, calcium, magnesium, protein like malt. But how does milk turn into curd? Curd is neither ice nor anything else. What is curd? Curd, cheese. Curd is obtained by coagulating milk in a sequential process called curdling. It can be a final dairy product or the first stage in cheese making. The coagulation can be caused by adding rennet, a culture or any edible acidic substance such as lemon juice or vinegar and then allowing it to coagulate it. Wikipedia. Nutrition facts: cottage cheese creamed. Source include USDA amount per 100 grams. Calories 98% daily value. Total fat 4.3 gram, 6%. saturated fat 1.7 gram 8%, cholesterol 17 mg 5%, sodium 364 mg 15%, potassium 104 mg 2%, total carbohydrate 3.4 gram 1%, dietary fiber 0 gram 0%, sugar 2.7 gram, protein 11 gram 22%, vitamin C 0, calcium 8%, iron 0%, vitamin D 0%, vitamin B6 0%, cobalamin 6%, magnesium 2%. Percent daily values are based on a 2000 calorie diet. Your daily values may be higher or lower depending on your calories need. Dahi card Wikipedia https://en.wikipedia.organization wiki dahi card also mozaru or dahi or thair or perugu is a traditional yogurt or fermented milk product originating from and popular throughout the Indian subcontinent. It is usually prepared from cow's milk and sometimes buffalo milk or goat milk. The word curd is used in Indian English to refer to homemade yogurt, while the term yogurt refers to the pasteurized commercial variety known as heat treated fermented milk. What is the difference between curd and ice? Their major difference comes down to their fat, added sugar and probiotics. Regular ice cream is richer in fat, while frozen yogurt has more added sugar. If you are watching your fat intake or added sugar intake, that may help guide which is a better choice for you. 14 November 2023. Frozen yogurt and ice cream. Who is the winner? Nature's Organic Ice Cream. https www.naturesorganiccream.com news blog 7 June 2022. Today things are about to get heated, pretty strange for a blog on frozen treats, right? Well, we are all about keeping things interesting. From our unique natural ice cream flavors to the topics that we like to debate, which brings us to the reason for this post in the battle of frozen yogurt versus ice cream. Who reigns supreme? The answer to this question will depend on who you are. Some people are of the opinion that yogurt is healthier than ice cream and therefore the frozen version must be true. The realists out there will lean more towards the idea that the ingredients used will determine which is healthier. This can then further divide people as different ingredients are used to make ice cream than what is used to make yogurt bringing us all of the way back to square one. So, which frozen treat is truly the better opinion? Let's find out by looking at the difference between frozen yogurt and ice cream to find out if yogurt is healthier than ice cream or vice versa. Milk looks like sunshine, curd looks like moonlight, and chick looks like a falling star. She is the sun, she is the moon, and she is like a star. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that is the star. Moon is sun, seen even during the day. Moon and star at night. Sun only, seen only during the day. Moon and star visible at night. Moon and star visible at night. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that is the star. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that is the star, and that is the star. Moon is sun, seen even during the day. Moon and star at night. Sun only, seen only during the day. Moon and star visible at night. Moon and star visible at night. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that is the star. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that is the star, and that is the star. Blue in the day, blue even at night. Difference but bloom in color. Day and night, this is a miracle. What is this life? Blue sky at night, during the day, but unclear eye blue, unclear eye blue. Blue in the day, blue even at night. Difference but bloom in color. Blue in the day, blue even at night. Difference but bloom in color. Difference but bloom in color. Day and night, this is a miracle. What is this life? Blue sky at night, during the day part. Unclear eye blue, unclear eye blue. Blue in the day, blue even at night. Difference but bloom in color. Blue in the day, blue even at night. Difference but bloom in color. Difference but bloom in color. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that is the star. Moon is sun, seen even during the day. Moon and star at night. Sun only, seen only during the day. Moon and star visible at night. Moon and star visible at night. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that is the star. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that is the star, and that is the star. Moon is sun, seen even during the day. Moon and star at night. Sun only, seen even only during the day. Moon and star visible at night. Moon and star visible at night. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that is the star. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that is the star, and that is the star. we see a miracle every day. In the daytime sky, only the sun and sometimes the moon also rise. Well, the moon is visible in the daytime sky because in those days due to new moon or solar eclipse. But when it comes to night, many stars and the moon are also visible. It is said that it is only because of light that we can clearly see the diurnal spaces of light. But is not the opposite happening here? During the day, we are seeing only sunlight where all the stars are obscured, and that too due to keeping our eyes on the sun. Our eyes get irritated. But at night, see how many worlds of stars the sky is filled with, and also see this friend, from space the sun is just like a ball of light, and that too you can see the sun with open eyes. Is the sight of delight on earth a gift of the sun alone? Perhaps the earth itself is being illuminated through reflection. That's probably why the sun rays are so bright. Why is sunlight so bright on earth during daylight hours? The sun is hot and bright because of a process called nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion is when the sun's core, the center of the sun, smashes together teeny particles called atoms to make bigger particles. When this happens, a lot of heat and light is released. Think of it like making a sandwich. 19 April 2023. Sunlight, Wikipedia, https en.wikipedia.organization wiki sunlight. Sunlight is a portion of the electromagnetic radiation given off by the sun, in particular infrared, visible and ultraviolet light on earth. Sunlight is scattered and filtered through Earth's atmosphere as daylight when the sun is above the horizon, when direct solar radiation is not blocked by clouds. It is experienced as sunshine, a combination of bright light and radiant heat, atmospheric. When blocked by clouds or reflected off other objects, sunlight is diffused. Sources estimate a global average of between 164 watts to 340 watts per square meter over a 24-hour day. This figure is estimated by NASA to be about a quarter of Earth's average total solar irradiance. The ultraviolet radiation in sunlight has both positive and negative health effects, as it is both a requisite for vitamin D3 synthesis and a mutagen. Sunlight takes about 8.3 minutes to reach Earth from the surface of the sun. A photon starting at the center of the sun and changing direction every time it encounters a charged particles would take between 10,000 and 170,000 years to get to the surface. Sunlight is a key factor in photosynthesis, the process used by plants and other autotrophic organisms to convert light energy normally from the sun into chemical energy that can be used to synthesize carbohydrates and fuel the organism's activities. Daylighting is the natural lighting of interior spaces by admitting sunlight. Solar irradiance is the solar energy available from sunlight. Our sun facts: NASA science.government, https science.nasa.government. Sun facts: our sun is a 4.5 billion year old yellow dwarf star, a hot glowing ball of hydrogen and helium. At the center of our solar system, it's about 93 million miles, 150 million kilometers from Earth, and it's our solar system's only star. Without the sun's energy, life as we know it could not exist on our home planet. From our vantage point on Earth, the sun may appear like an unchanging source of light and heat in the sky, but the sun is a dynamic star, constantly changing and sending energy out into space. The science of studying the sun and its influence throughout the solar system is called heliphysics. The sun is the largest object in our solar system. Its diameter is about 865,000 miles, 1.4 million kilometers. Its gravity holds the solar system together, keeping everything from the biggest planets to the smallest bits of debris in orbit around it. Even though the sun is the center of our solar system and essential to our survival, it's only an average star in terms of its size. Stars up to 100 times larger have been found, and many solar systems have more than one star. By studying our sun, scientists can better understand the workings of distant stars. The hottest part of the sun is its core, where temperature top 27 million degree Fahrenheit, 15 million degree centigrade. The part of the sun we call its surface. The photosphere is a relatively cool 10,000 degree Fahrenheit, 5,500 degree centigrade. In one of the sun's biggest mysteries, the sun's outer atmosphere, the corona gets hotter the further it stretches from the surface. The corona reaches up to 3.5 million degree Fahrenheit, 2 million degree centigrade, much hotter than the photosphere. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that is the stars. Moon is sun, seen even during the day. Moon and star at night. Sun only during the day. Moon and star visible at night. Moon and star visible at night. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that's the star. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that's the star, and that's the star. Moon is sun, seen even during the day. Moon and star at night. Sun only seen only during the day. Moon and star visible at night. Moon and star visible at night. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that's the star. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that's the star, and that's the star. Blue in the day, blue even at night. Difference but bloom in color. Day and night, this is a miracle. What is this light? Blue sky at night, during the day, but unclear Hawaii blue, unclear Hawaii blue. Blue in the day, blue even at night. Difference but bloom in color. Blue in the day, blue even at night. Difference but bloom in color. Difference but bloom in color. Day and night, this is a miracle. What is this light? Blue sky at night, during the day past. Unclear Hawaii blue, unclear Hawaii blue. Blue in the day, blue even at night. Difference but bloom in color. Blue in the day, blue even at night. Difference but bloom in color. Difference but bloom in color. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that's the star. Moon is sun, seen even during the day. Moon and star at night. Sun only, seen only during the day. Moon and star visible at night. Moon and star visible at night. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that's the star. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that's the star, and that's the star. Moon is sun, seen even during the day. Moon and star at night. Sun only, seen even only during the day. Moon and star visible at night. Moon and star visible at night. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that's the star. That is the moon, that is the sun, and that's the star, and that's the star. That is the moon. Friends, who in the world might not know what the moon is? The moon is such a beauty that it can be seen at night as well as during the day. The moon is a natural satellite of our earth. Earth's natural satellite means our moon is a part of earth with water, soil and air. Earth is also a big planet with water, soil and air. Every day on earth is day as well as night. The moon is also a satellite with water, soil and air like the earth. So, does the moon have day and night every day? In fact, the moon rotates on its axis once for every orbit it makes around Earth. So one day on the moon is about 29.5 Earth days. The dark or night lasts for about half that time. However, because the moon's rotation and revolution are equal, the same side of the moon always faces Earth. NASA Science.government, https science.nasa.government. Moon. Moonlight. The moon does not make its own light. Moonlight is actually reflected sunlight. At any moment, half of the moon is brightly sunlit. This is the day side. The other half is in the dark. This is the night side. Throughout the north month, as the moon rotates and orbits, day and night occur on different parts of its surface, just like on Earth. Unlike our planet, though the moon takes a whole month to complete one rotation, this means that lunar day and night are each about 2 Earth weeks long. We always see the same face of the moon from Earth. The lunar near side each month as day and night sweep across the lunar near side. The sunlit part of our view takes on a series of familiar shapes: crescent, half moon, full, and more. Moon phases are really just the overlap between lunar daylight and the moon's earth facing side. From here on Earth, the sunlit part of the moon usually looks bright, almost white. This is an illusion. The brightness of the sun's reflected light makes it difficult to see the moon's actual color from a distance. A closer look reveals that much of the moon's scenery comes in shades of dark grey, like rocks found near volcanoes on our own world. The moon has volcanic rock from ancient lava flows, and these dark colored materials absorb most of the visible light that reaches them. Overall, only about one-tenth of the sunlight that hits the moon is reflected back into space. This ratio of reflected light is called albedo. For comparison, our watery planet bounces about 3/10 of incoming rays back into space. Venus has an even higher albedo than Earth, reflecting well over half of the sunlight that reaches it. So, how does the dark volcanic moon outshine Venus in our sky? It all comes down to distance. The moon orbits Earth at an average distance of about 239,000 miles, 385,000 kilometers. That's a long way by human standards, but almost nothing compared to the tens of millions of miles that separate Earth and Venus. Thanks to this relative closeness, a full moon directs enough sunlight towards our planet to cast sharp shadows on the ground. The moon's albedo may be teeny, but even a small amount of reflected sunshine is enough to make the moon seem brilliant from our perspective on Earth. The discoverer is that image. He says is the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of research for him. The holy sin of this world of research for him. World of research for him. The discoverer is that image. He says is the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of research for him. The holy sin of this world of research for him. World of research for him. Smoky clouds somewhere. So many movements in the heart. He searches in this, whatever is precious. He searches in this, whatever is precious. Whatever is precious. Smoky clouds somewhere, so many moments in the dark. He searches in this, whatever is precious. He searches in this, whatever is precious. Whatever is precious. The discoverer is that image. He says is the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of research for him. The holy sin of this world of research for him. World of research for him. The discoverer is that image. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of research for him. The holy sin of this world of research for him. World of research for him. And in the sky in my eyes. And that sky in the views like his movement. The sun, moon, star brings turmoil into it. The sun, moon, star brings turmoil into it. Brings turmoil into it. And that sky in the views like his movement. The sun, moon, star brings turmoil into it. The sun, moon, star brings turmoil into it. Brings turmoil into it. The discoverer is that image. He says is the discoverer. The whole sin of this world of research for him. The holy sin of this world of research for him. World of research for him. The discoverer is that image. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of research for him. The holy sin of this world of research for him. World of research for him. By the way, we have been flying from Earth to the moon for many years. Chandrayaan 3, sent by India's ISRO, has completed a historic mission, and now Vikram lander is sleeping on the south side of the moon. Has any country like USA or RSA or JAXA made any new landing on the moon after Chandrayaan 3 by the end of April 2024? Japan confirmed moon lander made pinpoint landing with The Hindu. HTTPS www.thehindu.com. SCI Tech Science 26 January 2024. Japan Space Agency has confirmed its moon lander successfully achieved its pinpoint landing on the moon on January 19. Who is going to the moon in 2024? NASA's Artemis 2 moon mission live updates on space. Set to launch on a space launch system mega rocket in 2024. NASA astronauts Railed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Koch and Jeremy Hansen of the Canadian Space Agency will fly around the moon much like Apollo 8 on their Orion spacecraft 20 December 2023. Can Japan do what ISRO's Chandrayaan 3 did? All eyes. Business Today. HTTPS www.businesstoday.in. Technology 19 January 2024. Japan hopes to shake off a string of major setbacks to its space ambitions with an attempt to land a lander on the moon's surface early Saturday morning. A successful soft landing of the smart lander on the lunar surface would put Japan in exclusive company with just the US, Russia, China and India managing the Fiat already. Japan beat arch rival China in launching its first satellite in 1970, but has since taken a back seat to a series of high-profile Chinese space success that includes the world's first ever soft landing on the far side of the moon in 2019 and landing on Mars in 2021. India has eclipsed Japan to succeeding in a second attempt last August by landing near the lunar south pole. For Japan, landing on the moon has been even tougher to crack. Its space agency JAXA lost contact with a lunar lander in late 2022, while Tokyo-based iSpace Inc. also suffered a communication failure with a craft bound for the moon last April. Other setbacks include the botched pivot of JAXA's H-3 heavy lift rocket, which failed after takeoff last March and hasn't flown since. Meanwhile, JAXA's smaller Epsilon rocket is grounded to following an explosion in October 2022. It is said that the moon is in deep contact with the Earth's ocean. That sea is our Earth sea. This is the thing. Here is the Bermuda Triangle, Antarctica and the Arctic. Snowy but no water environment. Snowy but no water environment. This is the thing. Here is the Bermuda Triangle, Antarctica and the Arctic. Snowy but no water environment. Snowy but no water environment. Somewhere full of smoky clouds. Somewhere wave and oh water. Iceland somewhere uninhabited. Some unknown island country. Some unknown island country. Somewhere full of smoky clouds. Somewhere wave and oh water. Iceland somewhere uninhabited. Some unknown island country. Some unknown island country. This is the thing. Here is the Bermuda Triangle, Antarctica and the Arctic. Snowy but no water environment. Snowy but no water environment. This is the thing. Here is the Bermuda Triangle, Antarctica and the Arctic. Snowy but no water environment. Snowy but no water environment. Sea air where a lot of oxygen. The combination of fish and algae. 90% lower salt water. Pure water is 2% gift of nature. Pure water is 3% gift of nature. Sea air where a lot of oxygen. The contribution of fish and algae. 90% lower salt water. Pure water is 2% gift of nature. Pure water is 2% gift of nature. This is this thing. Here is the Bermuda Triangle, Antarctica and the Arctic. Snowy but no water environment. Snowy but no water environment. This is the thing. Here is the Bermuda Triangle, Antarctica and the Arctic. Snowy but no water environment. Snowy but no water environment. The sea is a mysterious place in our entire world. Is it called? Sun is recognized because of the splendor of light which is formed through nuclear fusion. And the sea is the introduction to the earth. The number of secrets hidden in the sea alone is many times greater than that of the soil. Even some mud islands emerge from the sea. Islands are formed due to the sea. To salt and lava form islands in the sea. What happens when lava mixes with salt water? Lava entering ocean. US Geological Survey. As hot lava boils cool seawater, a series of chemical and physical reactions create a mixture of condensed acidic steam, hydrochloric acid gas and tiny shards of volcanic glass. Blown by wind, this plume creates a noticeable downwind haze known as LAZ, short for lava haze. A December 2023. Molten lava can boil seawater completely dry. USGS.government, HTTPS www.usgs.government, observation batteries, HBO news, volcanic. This process over long periods of geological time forms a chain of volcanic islands. An example of an ocean island chain extends from India to Reunion Island. Volcano watch. Molten lava can boil seawater completely dry. By Hawaiian Volcano Observatory, March 9, 2006, the lava ocean entry at East Lai Apuki on the southern shoreline of Kilauea volcano has been active for 15 months. Lava flows rapidly from PUO into the sea, hardly cooling at all owing to the thermal insulation provided by the lava tube it travels through. Dense white steam palms mark the closely spaced lava entry points. Kilauea volcano is well known for its entries of lava into the ocean. It is not the only place in the world where lava flows into the sea, but even so, lava enters of this type and scarce. Although basalt is the most abundant magma type, most of it erupts beneath the sea. At mid-ocean ridges, only a small fraction of basaltic volcanoes are on land and are close to the shoreline. Ocean island volcanoes are in this small category. These are volcanic islands generated by the movement of the earth's crust over a stationary mantle plum, which causes magma to punch through the crust at intervals. This process over long periods of geological time forms a chain of volcanic islands. An example of an ocean island chain extends from India to Reunion Island in the Indian Ocean. Part of Reunion Island is made up of the volcano Piton de la Furnace, which is currently active. It erupts a similar kind of basalt lava to Kilauea and Mauna Loa volcanoes. Lava enters the ocean occasionally. The last time was in August 2004. At present, an eruption of Montagu Island in the South Atlantic, which began in September 2005, is pouring lava into the ocean. So far, an area the size of 30 football fields has been tagged on to the shoreline. Even Stromboli lava flows entered the sea during 2003 and sent up billowing white steam clouds. Flocks of seabirds gathered to eat the boiled fish which floated up to the ocean's surface near the lava entry. New research sheds light on the thermal and chemical processes occurring at the lava entry. When lava has contact with seawater, the supplied heat is enough to boil the seawater completely dry. This is different than boiling seawater to salty liquid brine. How do we know this? Measurements of gases in the stream plumb generated when lava enters the sea show that steam and hydrogen chloride gas are present in proportions that can result only from the thermal breakdown of the magnesium salts in seawater and not from the sodium salt as was previously thought. This is surprising as seawater contains much more sodium than it does magnesium. The sequence of precipitation from evaporating seawater is well known and starts with calcium carbonate, chalk, when around 50% of the seawater is evaporated, calcium sulfate, gypsum at around 80%, sodium chloride, table salt at 90%, and magnesium salts at 98%. In other words, seawater must be boiled almost completely dry before magnesium salts form. The salts then react with steam to form hydrogen chloride gas. These new findings contribute to our growing understanding of the interactions between the solid earth, our oceans, and own atmosphere. This is existing. Here is the Bermuda Triangle, Antarctica and the Arctic. Snowy but no water environment. Snowy but no water environment. This is existing. Here is the Bermuda Triangle, Antarctica and the Arctic. Snowy but no water environment. Snowy but no water environment. Somewhere full of smoky clouds. Somewhere way and water, oh water. Iceland somewhere uninhabited. Some unknown island country. Some unknown island country. Somewhere full of smoky clouds. Somewhere wave and water, oh water. Iceland somewhere uninhabited. Some unknown Icelandic country. Some unknown Iceland country. This is the sun. Here is the Bermuda Triangle, Antarctica and the Arctic. Snowy but no water environment. Snowy but no water environment. This is the sun. Here is the Bermuda Triangle. Antarctica and the Arctic. Snowy but no water environment. Snowy but no water environment. Sea air where a lot of oxygen. The combination of fish and algae. 90% lower salt water. Pure water is 2% gift of nature. Pure water is 3% gift of nature. Sea air where a lot of oxygen. The contribution of fish and algae. 90% lower salty water. Pure water is 2% gift of nature. Pure water is 2% gift of nature. This is existing. Here is the Bermuda Triangle. Antarctica and the Arctic. Snowy but no water environment. Snowy but no water environment. This is the thing. Here is the Bermuda Triangle. Antarctica and the Arctic. Snowy but no water environment. Snowy but no water environment. Sea. Well, the whole world is a special water body. And even more so, friends, when you observe the earth from space, so you will feel that the earth is a huge water function, especially the ocean for the cloudy atmosphere. And when you see a green part in the same underwater area, then you will know that only those green parts are your habitable habitat. Friends, we look at the sea and wave in the sea. It seems that the sea is just water and water. Is the ocean just water? The ocean is the body of salt water that covers 70.8% of the earth. In English, the term ocean also refers to any of the large bodies of water into which the world ocean is conventionally divided. All about the ocean. National Geographic Education, National Geographic Society, HTTPS education.nationalgeographic.organization, resource all. 5 March 2024. The ocean covers 70% of Earth's surface. It contains about 1.35 billion cubic kilometers, 3 to 4 million cubic miles of water, which is about 97% of all the water on Earth. The ocean makes all life on Earth possible and makes the planet appear blue when viewed from space. Earth is the only planet in our solar system that is definitely known to contain liquid water. Although the ocean is one continuous body of water, oceanographers have divided it into 5 principal areas: the Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Arctic and Southern Ocean. The Atlantic, Indian and Pacific Oceans merge into icy waters around Antarctica Ocean formation. After Earth began to form about 4.6 billion years ago, it gradually separated into layers of lighter and heavier rock. The lighter rock rose and formed Earth's crashed, the heavier rock sank and formed Earth's core and mantle. The ocean's water came from rocks inside the newly forming Earth as the molten rocks cooled. They released water vapor and other gases. Eventually, the water vapor condensed and covered the crust with a primitive ocean. Today, hot gases from the Earth's interior continue to produce new water at the bottom of the ocean. How much water is in the ocean? National Ocean Service NOAA's National Ocean Service government https oceanservice.noaa.government facts ocean water 5 June 2023. How much water is in the ocean? About 97% of Earth's water is in the ocean. It's hard to imagine, but about 97% of the Earth's water can be found in our ocean. Of the teeny percentage that's not in the ocean, about 2% is frozen up in glaciers and ice caps. Less than 1% of all the water on Earth is fresh. A teeny fraction of water exists as water vapor in our atmosphere. According to the US Geological Survey, there are over 1386000 cubic kilometers 332,519,000 cubic miles of water on the planet. A cubic mile is the volume of a cube measuring 1 mile on each side. Of this vast volume of water, NOAA's National Geophysical Data Center estimate that 1,335,000 cubic kilometers 321,003,271 cubic miles is in the ocean. That's enough water to fill about 325 670 000 000 gallon sized milk containers. The discoverer is that image. He says it's the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of search for him. The holy sin of this world of search for him. World of search for him. The discoverer is that image. He says it's the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of search for him. The holy sin of this world of search for him. World of search for him. Smoky clouds somewhere. So many movements in the heart. He searches in these. Whatever is precious. He searches in these. Whatever is precious. Whatever is precious. Smoky clouds somewhere. So many moments in the dark. He searches in these. Whatever is precious. He searches in these. Whatever is precious. Whatever is precious. The discover is the ultimate. He says with the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of research for him. The holy sin of this world of research for him. World of research for him. The discover is the ultimate. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of research for him. The holy sin of this world of research for him. World of research for him. And in the sky in my eyes. And that sky in the views like his movement. The sun, moon, star brings turmoil into it. The sun, moon, star brings turmoil into it. Brings turmoil into it. And that sky in the views like his movement. The sun, moon, star brings turmoil into it. The sun, moon, star brings turmoil into it. Brings turmoil into it. The discovered is the ultimate. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of research for him. The holy sin of this world of research for him. World of research for him. The discover is the ultimate. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of research for him. The holy sin of this world of research for him. World of search for him. It is said that reflection is a very big chapter for the entire universe. So think friend, our earth is only a marine environment. So how strong can our earth's reflective power be? Is the earth's gravitational force the highest after the sun in the entire space of the solar system? Which planet has highest gravitational force in our solar system? Jagran Jose. HTTPS www.jagranjose.com. GK for examine 2 January 2019. Which planet has highest gravitational force in our solar system? The Milky Way galaxy is our home galaxy in the universe because it consists of our solar system. The celestial bodies revolves around the sun, which includes 8 planets, 180 satellites, comets, meteors and asteroids together constitute the solar system. In this article, we have discussed that which planet in our solar system has highest gravitational force, which is very useful for the competitive examinations like UPSC, prelims, SSC, state services, NDA, CDS and railways etc. Before moving on to the discussion, firstly know that what is gravitational force. The gravitational force is a force that attracts any two objects with mass. This force that an object exerts depends on 3 things: its density, mass and size. Despite being the third lowest densest planet after Uranus 1.27 grams per cubic centimeter and Saturn 0.69 grams per cubic centimeter. Jupiter has highest mass and size among other planets in our solar system. The mass of the Jupiter is 1898 into 10 is to 27 kilograms for the 0.184 into 10 is to 27 pounds, and in astronomy it is called Jupiter mass or Jovian mass due to its own mass. In this perspective, the Jupiter planet is almost 2.5 times more massive than other planets in our solar system. Now, if we see the diameter of the Jupiter, which is 8,68,814 miles, 1,39,822 kilometers. That shows the massiveness of the size. If we compare it with other planets, then we find that it is much larger than second place Saturn at 7,23,674 miles, 1,16,464 kilometers, or our own home planet, i.e. Earth at 79,175 miles, 12,074 kilometers. So we can imagine the vastness of the planet Jupiter and can say that with the exception of Saturn and Sun, we can observe all the planets in our solar system. In astronomy, the Earth's gravitational force is taken as a standard value for calculating the gravitational force of other celestial objects. The gravity of the Earth is 9,807 meter per second square, 9,807 meters per second square, equivalent to 32.18 feet per second square. In other words, we can say if anything drops above the ground, then it falls towards the surface at the speed of 9.8 meters per second. This information will help us to understand the gravitational force of the Jupiter, 24.79 meter per second square, 81.33 feet per second square. But it is important to know that Jupiter is a gas giant and it does not real surface. Therefore, the gravitational force of the Jupiter or other gas giant planets are calculated at the top of the cloud. Hence, the gravitational force of the other gas giants of the solar system cannot compete with the gravitational force of the Jupiter, because the gravitational force of gas giants like Neptune comes in second at 11.15 meter per second square, 36.58 feet per second square, followed by Saturn at 10.44 meter per second square, 34.25 feet per second square, and Uranus at 8.69 meter per second square, 29.4 feet per second square. With the same time, the terrestrial planets like Venus at 8.87 meter per second square, 29.1 feet per second square. Mars at 3,711 meter per second square, 12.8 feet per second square, and Mercury at 3.7 meter per second square, 12.4 foot per second square, has also no match with the Earth at 9.807 meter per second square. Above all, the comparison, the gravitational force of the Jupiter is incomparable because it has highest among all the planets of the solar system, Jovian planets or terrestrial planets. So, due to the ocean, the power of the earth has increased a lot in our solar system. Our red yellow planet Mars is the fourth terrestrial planet after Earth. That red yellow colorful atmosphere, that is our planet Mars. Phobos, Deimos, muscle, that is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Phobos, Deimos, muscle, that is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. That red yellow colorful atmosphere, that is our planet Mars. That red yellow colorful atmosphere, that is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Perseverance is where life is searching for. Curiosity finds atmosphere. Water was there in the beginning. That is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Water was there in the beginning. That is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Perseverance is where life is searching for. Curiosity finds atmosphere. Perseverance is where life is searching for. Curiosity finds atmosphere. Curiosity finds atmosphere. That radio loop colorful atmosphere, that is our planet Mars. Phobos, Deimos, muscle, that is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Phobos, Deimos, muscle, that is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. That radio colorful atmosphere, that is our planet Mars. The radio colorful atmosphere, that is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Her soil is equal to dust. Mars is surrounded by carbon dioxide. We settle there in trying life. That is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. We settle there in trying life. That is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Where the soil is equal to dust. Mars surrounded by carbon dioxide. Where the soil is equal to dust. Mars surrounded by carbon dioxide. Mars surrounded by carbon dioxide. That radio colorful atmosphere, that is our planet Mars. Phobos, Deimos, muscle, that is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Phobos, Deimos, muscle, that is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. The radio colorful atmosphere, that is our planet Mars. The radio colorful atmosphere, that is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Mars is what we call the red planet. Actually, The surface of Mars looks like a red planet because it is full of iron oxide, i.e. pieces of rusted iron. And that's why soil is equal to dust. Red planet looks red due to its atmosphere full of rusted iron and dust. Friends, the rotation of day and night in the earth is of 24 hours. But despite the red planet being a small planet, it takes at least 25 hours to rotate between day and night. And the most surprising thing is that each of the four seasons of the earth is formed in the earth after 3 months. How are seasons formed in Mars? Mars has an axial tilt of 24.9 degrees, which is similar to the axial tilt of Earth. Therefore, the cycle of seasons on Mars is similar to Earth. Mars also experiences the four seasons of summer, autumn, winter and spring. ESA Science and Technology, https sci.esa.int, web home 3021 for the seasons on. The seasons on Mars, similarly to Earth, Mars has four distinct seasons. However, Earth seasons last about twice as long because the Martian year is almost twice that of Earth. Mars orbits closest to the Sun when its southern hemisphere is tilted towards it, while the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the Sun when it is farthest away. The southern summer is therefore much hotter than the northern summer. This extra heat pouring into the southern hemisphere causes greater turbulence and drives stronger winds, stirring up the largest storms. In springtime, the polar ice cap starts to recede and may even disappear from view altogether by the summer. The carbon dioxide released from the melting ice makes the atmosphere thicker. Once autumn arrives, the polar cap of that hemisphere starts to grow again as temperatures drop, sometimes reaching the middle latitudes in winter. In northern summer, clouds can form, especially around the top of volcanoes. At other times of the year, heat rising from the tropics, the region either side of the equator, can make cloud bands form in this region in much the same way as on Earth. People too may witness some of these clouds overhead. However, no dust cloud on Mars ever produces rain, although it is possible that frost layers could temporarily form on the planet's surface even in summer. Mars is hardly hospitable in its temperatures, with lows that reach minus 140 degrees centigrade. However, the occasional high of 20 degrees centigrade may eventually attract holiday maker. The Martian orbit is considerably more elliptical than Earth, which means that for part of the year the planet is quite a bit closer to the Sun than at other times. The hemisphere that is tilted towards the Sun at the time of closest approach, perihelion, will experience a hotter summer than the other hemisphere, which will be tilted towards the Sun at the farthest approach, aphelion. As planets travel fastest when closest to the Sun, the hemisphere with the hotter summer will also have a shorter summer. Mars's southern hemisphere is tilted towards the Sun at the time of closest approach. What is the complete orbiting time of Mars? 687 Earth days. Mars orbits our Sun, a star. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun at an average distance of about 228 million kilometers, 142 million miles, or 1.52 AU. One day on Mars takes a little over 24 hours. Mars makes a complete orbit around the Sun a year in Martian time, in 687 Earth days. That radial colorful atmosphere, that is our planet Mars. Phobos, Deimos, muscle, that is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Phobos, Deimos, muscle, that is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. That radial colorful atmosphere, that is our planet Mars. That radial colorful atmosphere, that is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Perseverance is where life is searching deeper. Curiosity finds the atmosphere. Water was there in the beginning. That is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Water was there in the beginning. That is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Perseverance is where life is searching for. Curiosity finds the atmosphere. Perseverance is where life is searching for. Curiosity finds the atmosphere. Curiosity finds the atmosphere. That radial colorful atmosphere, that is our planet Mars. Phobos, Deimos, muscle, that is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Phobos, Deimos, muscle, that is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. That radial colorful atmosphere, that is our planet Mars. The radial colorful atmosphere, that is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Where soil is equal to dust, Mars is surrounded by carbon dioxide. We settle there in trying life. That is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. We settle there in trying life. That is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Where the soil is equal to dust, Mars surrounded by carbon dioxide. Where the soil is equal to dust, Mars surrounded by carbon dioxide. Mars surrounded by carbon dioxide. That radial colorful atmosphere, That is our planet Mars. Phobos, Deimos, Suzy, muscle. That is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Phobos, Deimos, Suzy, muscle. That is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. The radio colorful atmosphere. That is our planet Mars. The radio colorful atmosphere. That is our planet Mars. That is our planet Mars. Friends, like Earth, Mars runs an arbitrary race by keeping the Sun at the center. But because Mars makes a complete arbitrary race of about 687 days, hence many times the distance between Earth and Mars is quite far. What is the greatest distance between Mars and Earth? 250 million miles. The distance from Earth to Mars can be anywhere from 33.9 million miles, 54.6 million kilometers, to 250 million miles, 401 million kilometers. On average, the distance is about 140 million miles, 225 million kilometers from Earth to Mars. Distance to Mars, how far away is the red planet? Space, space.com, https www.space.com, solar system, Mars. What is the greatest distance between Mars and Earth? From www.space.com, 4 February 2022. The distance to Mars from Earth varies considerably depending on their orbit around the Sun. In theory, the closest Mars and Earth would get is when Mars reaches its closest point to the Sun, perihelion, and Earth is at its furthest aphelion. This would bring the two planets with 33.9 million miles, 54.6 million kilometers of each other, but this has not yet happened in recorded history according to NASA. The closest recorded distance to Mars from Earth was recorded in August 2003 when the two were 34.8 million miles, 56 million kilometers apart. According to NASA, the two will not be that close again until the year 2237. Mars and Earth are furthest apart when they are both at aphelion and on opposite sides of the Sun. Here they can be 250 million miles, 401 million kilometers apart according to the New Year time. The average distance between Earth and Mars is 140 million miles, 225 million kilometers. To understand how the distance between Mars and Earth differs so much, we need to look at their orbits. Neither Earth or Mars orbit is perfectly circular, so the distance between the two is constantly changing. Think of the planets as two cars on a racetrack with Earth on the inside lane moving faster than Mars, completing roughly 2 laps in the same time It takes Mars to complete one. Mars opposition occurs when Earth catches up to Mars and is positioned between the Sun and the red planet. During Mars opposition from Earth we can see Mars rise in the east as the Sun sets in the west. With the red planet being visible in our skies all night long, such oppositions occur roughly every 26 months, every 15 to 17 years. We witness very close Mars oppositions when Earth passes between Mars and the Sun. During Mars perihelion, closest point to the Sun. The discoveries that he made, he says is the discoverer, the holy sin of this world of research for him, the holy sin of this world of research for him, world of research for him. The discoveries is that he made, he says is the discoverer, the holy sin of this world of research for him, the holy sin of this world of research for him, world of research for him. Smoky clouds somewhere, so many movements in the earth. He searches in this, whatever is precious. He searches in this, whatever is precious, whatever is precious. Smoky clouds somewhere, so many movements in the earth. He searches in this, whatever is precious. He searches in this, whatever is precious, whatever is precious. The discoveries that he makes, he says is the discoverer, the holy sin of this world of research for him. The holy sin of this world of research for him, world of research for him. The discoveries that he made, he says the discoverer, the holy sin of this world of research for him, the holy sin of this world of research for him, world of research for him. And it's the sky in my eyes, and it's that sky in the views, like his movement. The sun, moon, stars, things it turmoil into it. The sun, moon, stars, things it turmoil into it, brings it turmoil into it. And that sky in the views, like his movement. The sun, moon, stars, brings it turmoil into it. The sun, moon, stars, brings it turmoil into it, brings it turmoil into it. The discoveries that he made, he says is the discoverer, the holy sin of this world of research for him. The holy sin of this world of research for him, world of research for him. The discoveries that he made, he says the discoverer, the holy sin of this world of research for him, the holy sin of this world of research for him, world of search for him. Mars was very close to Earth in 2003. According to NASA, Mars and Earth will not come closer before 2037, when the distance between Earth and Mars will be closer in 2037. At what distance were the moons of Mars and the Earth's moon in 2003? Earth and Moon from Mars, NASA Earth Observatory, .government, HTTPS Earth Observatory, .nasa.government, images Earth and Moon, 20 January 2017. A new composite image that shows Earth and the Moon in one frame is neither the first nor the clearest of its type. Still, this recent image from a powerful telescope orbiting Mars is a humbling reminder of how small and interconnected our planet appears when viewed from afar. The image combines two separate exposures taken on November 20, 2016 by the high resolution imaging since experiment HIRIAC camera on NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. The satellite was about 205 million kilometers, 127 million miles away from the Earth. When the images were acquired for comparison, the circumference of the Earth at the equator is about 40,000 kilometers, 25,000 miles. The distance between Earth and the Moon is about 30 times the diameter of Earth. Earth and the Moon appear closer than they actually are in this image because the observation was planned for a time at which the Moon was almost directly behind Earth. From Mars' point of view, to see the Earth facing side of the Moon, the images were taken in order to calibrate HIRIAC data science, since the reflectance of the Earth facing side of the Moon is well known. These new images were processed separately to optimize detail on both Earth and the Moon, because the Moon is much darker than Earth and would barely be visible if shown at the same brightness scale. The separate images were combined into one at the correct relative positions and sizes. This portrait of home is a false color image. HIRAC takes images in their wavelength bands, infrared, red and blue-green, which are displayed here as red, green and blue respectively. This treatment of the data causes green vegetation to appear red, The landmass shown in the middle of Earth is Australia. Northwest of it, the lush vegetation of Southeast Asia, and Asia gives that continent a red hue. The bright area near Earth's southern pole in Antarctica. Other bright areas are clouds. The image also shows the western near side of the moon, which has large dark basaltic plains called Maria. A few other notable images that show Earth and Moon in the same frame view captured by Voyager in 1977, Galileo in 1992, the Mars Express in 2003, Deep Impact in 2008, Messenger in 2010, and Chang 5 in 2015. Image by the high resolution imagine science experiment HIRIAC science team, which works closely with NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory, Caltech, and the University of Arizona. Text by Adam Boyland based on image releases from this institution. Meaning, there is something we know, there is something unknown to us. Something we learn, there is something unknown to us. Know what we call invention, we have to search for it, the unknown. We have to search for the unknown. Something we learn, there is something unknown to us. Know what we call invention, we have to search for the unknown. We have to search for the unknown. Life is our precious one, earth without searching everywhere. If we meet your alien, don't find it but search everywhere. Didn't find it but search everywhere. Life is our precious one, earth without searching everywhere. If we meet your alien, didn't find it but search everywhere. Didn't find it but search everywhere. Something we learn, there is something unknown to us. Know what we call invention, we have to search for the unknown. We have to search for the unknown. Something we learn, there is something unknown to us. Know what we call invention, we have to search for the unknown. We have to search for the unknown. Kepler is searching in the solar system. There are also 1 and 2 Voyager. Do not miss Proxima Centauri, Kepler 452b. We don't know where life will be invented. We don't know where life will be invented. Kepler is searching in the solar system. There are also 1 and 2 Voyager. Do not miss Proxima Centauri, Kepler 452b. We don't know where life will be invented. We don't know where life will be invented. Something we learn. There is something unknown to us. Know what we call invention. We have to search for the unknown. We have to search for the unknown. Something we learn. There is something unknown to us. Know what we call invention. We have to search for the unknown. We have to search for the unknown. We searched a lot, but we couldn't find the alien anywhere. Not just the solar system, friend. We also examined our nearest star, Proxima Centauri. Would there be nothing like life without Earth? Well, no star system is stable, keeping the universe at the center. An arbitrary race is being conducted continuously in every constellation. And our solar system is also being made an arbitrary race, keeping the universe at the center like other star systems. Still, NASA discovered our nearest star, Proxima Centauri. Could there be signs of life on one of Proxima Centauri's planetary satellites? NASA.government, HTTPS, imagine.gsfc.nasa.government, Cosmic Nearest Star Info. Proxima Centauri. Proxima Centauri, the closest star to our own, is still 40,000,000,000 kilometer away, or about 2,68,770 AU. When we talk about the distances to the stars, we no longer use the AU or astronomical unit. Commonly, the light year is used 8 December 2020. Wikipedia. HTTPS en.wikipedia.organization wiki Proxima Centauri. B. In the context of exoplanet research, habitability usually defined as the possibility that liquid water exists on the surface of a planet, as normally understood in the context of exoplanet life. Liquid water on the surface and an atmosphere are prerequisites for habitability. Any life limited to the subsurface of a planet, such as in a subsurface ocean like in Europa in the solar system, would be difficult to detect from afar, although it may constitute a model for life in a cold ocean covered Proxima Centauri b. Study planet orbiting near a star could be habitable. NASA.government, https exoplanets.nasa.government, news study planet orbit, 24 October 2016. Key points: a recently discovered planet orbiting our nearest neighboring star Proxima Centauri could be habitable. The big question: NASA science.government, https science.nasa.government, exoplanets, big questions. Is there life on other planets? What is an exoplanet? An exoplanet is a planet outside our solar system, usually orbiting another star. They are also sometimes called extrasolar planets. Extra implying that they are outside of our solar system. Is there life on other planets? Earth is the only planet we know of with life on it. So far, scientists are searching the galaxy for planets similar to Earth and signs of life. As we see on Earth, life can adapt to conditions that human beings would consider very harsh: temperature, radiation, salinity, acidity, aridity, etc. So it may be possible that life started on other worlds and adapted to conditions quite alien to what we are used to. The ultimate goal of NASA's exoplanet program is to find unmistakable signs of current life on a planet beyond Earth. How soon that can happen depends on two unknowns: the prevalence of life in the galaxy and how lucky we get as we take those first tentative exoplanetary steps. Our early planet finding missions such as NASA's Kepler and its extended incarnation K2 or the James Webb Space Telescope could yield bare bones evidence of the potentially habitable world. James Webb, designed in part to investigate gas giants and super Earth, might find an outsized version of our planet. NASA's Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope or the Wide Field Infrared Survey Telescope could zero in on a distant planet's reflected light to detect the signatures of oxygen, water vapor, or some other powerful indication of possible life. But unless we get lucky, the search for signs of life could take decades. Discovering another blue-white marble hidden in the starfield, like a sand grain on the beach, will probably require on an every larger imaging telescope. Designs are already underway for that next generation planet finder to be sent aloft in the 2030s or 2040s. MIT physics professor Sarah Seger looks for possible chemical combinations that could signal the presence of alien life. She and her biochemistry colleagues first focused on the six main elements associated with life on Earth: carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur and hydrogen. We are going to have so few planets, we have to get lucky. Sigurd said, I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to miss it because we were not smart enough to think of some molecule to find out how about the advanced space-based telescope technology being developed at NASA to search for life among the stars. Read Inventing the Future. Something we learn. There is something unknown to us. Know what we call invention. We have to search for the unknown. We have to search for the unknown. Something we learn. There is something unknown to us. Know what we call invention. We have to search for the unknown. We have to search for the unknown. Life is our precious one. Earth without searching everywhere. If we meet your alien, don't find it but search everywhere. Didn't find it but search everywhere. Life is our precious one. Earth without searching everywhere. If we meet your alien, didn't find it but search everywhere. Didn't find it but search everywhere. Something we learn. There is something unknown to us. Know what we call invention. We have to search for the unknown. We have to search for the unknown. Something we learn. There is something unknown to us. Know what we call invention. We have to search for the unknown. We have to search for the unknown. Kepler is searching in the solar system. There are also 1 and 2 boys. Do not miss Proxima Centauri, Kepler 452b. We don't know where life will be invented. We don't know where life will be invented. Kepler is searching in the solar system. There are also 1 and 2 boys. Do not miss Proxima Centauri, Kepler 452b. We don't know where life will be invented. We don't know where life will be invented. Something we learn. There is something unknown to us. Know what we call invention. We have to search for the unknown. We have to search for the unknown. Something we learn. There is something unknown to us. Know what we call invention. We have to search for the unknown. We have to search for the unknown. We have come to know a lot. There are still a lot we need to know. Simple question. We lives are the biggest pride on earth. Have we identified all the living beings on earth? An important distinction is how many species we have identified and described and how many species there actually are. We have only identified a small fraction of the world's species. So these numbers are very different. Have we discovered all life on earth? What's been discovered so far are those things that are easy to find, that are conspicuous, that are relatively large. Worm said there is an age of discovery ahead of us when we could find out so much more of what lives with us on this planet. So far, some 1.2 million species are known to science. 23 August 2023. 86% of our species still unknown. National Geographic, https www.nationalgeographic.com. Science article 23 August 2023. 86% of our species still unknown. Millions of organisms unnamed as extinction accelerate study says by Tracy Watson, August 25, 2011. 4-minute read. Even after centuries of effort, some 86% of our species have yet to be fully described. According to new study that predicts our planet is home to 8.7 million species. That means scientists have catalogued less than 15% of species now alive, and current extinction rates mean many unknown organisms will wink out of existence before they can be recorded. The study was driven by a simple question: are we within reach of finding all species, or are we way off? Said study co-author Boris Worm of Canada's Dalhousie University. The answer is we are way off. 250 years after, Swedish botanist Carl Linnaeus devised a formal system for classifying the diversity of nature. The catalogue for some classes of living things, such as mammals and birds, is nearly complete, the study says, but the inventories of other classes are awfully sparse. For instance, only 7% of the predicted number of fungi, which includes mushrooms and yeast, has been described, and less than 10% of the life forms in the world's oceans has been identified. What's been discovered so far are those things that are easy to find, that are conspicuous, that are relatively large, Holmes said. There is an age of discovery ahead of us when we could find out so much more of what lies with us on this planet. There are life kingdoms, animals, plants, fungi, promise, including one-celled plants such as diatoms and protozoa or one-celled organisms. The discovery that he made, he says is the discoverer, the holy sin of this world of search for him, the holy sin of this world of search for him, world of search for him, The discovery is that he made. He says is the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of his search for him. The holy sin of this world of his search for him. World of his search for him. Smoky clouds somewhere, so many movements in the heart. He searches in this, whatever is precious. He searches in this, whatever is precious. Whatever is precious. Smoky clouds somewhere, so many moments in the dark. He searches in this, whatever is precious. He searches in this, whatever is precious. Whatever is precious. The discovery that he makes. He says is the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of searching for him. The holy sin of this world of searching for him. World of searching for him. The discovery that he makes. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of searching for him. The holy sin of this world of search for him. World of search for him. And it's the sky in my eyes. And it's that sky in the views like his movement. The sun, moon, star brings turmoil into it. The sun, moon, star brings turmoil into it. Brings turmoil into it. And that sky in the views like his movement. The sun, moon, star brings turmoil into it. The sun, moon, star brings turmoil into it. Brings turmoil into it. The discovered is that he makes. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of searching for him. The holy sin of this world of searching for him. World of searching for him. The discovery is that he makes. He says the discoverer. The holy sin of this world of searching for him. The holy sin of this world of searching for him. World of searching for him. Well, out of all the organisms, we could not identify only 86% of them. So the percentage of organisms we could know, how much of this bipedal life is there? The great majority of living terrestrial vertebrates are quadrupeds, with bipedalism exhibited by only a handful of living groups: humans, gibbons, and large birds walk by raising one foot at a time. On the other hand, most macropods, smaller birds, lemurs, and bipedal rodents move by hopping on both legs simultaneously. Bipedalism, adaptation, fossils, human evolution, Britannica. HTTPS www.britannica.com. Genetics and evolution. Human evolution, bipedalism, adaptations, fossils. There are many theories that attempt to explain why humans are bipedal, but none is wholly satisfactory. Bipedalism, evolution, advantage and disadvantages, Britannica. HTTPS www.britannica.com. Science, bipedalism. Bipedalism, a major type of locomotion involving movement on 2 feet. The order primates possesses some degree of bipedal ability. What the evidence suggests by Donald Johnson, PBS, HTTPS www.pbs.organization, Nova, Alford, Pip, Johnson, the real advantage. Most animals expend the greatest amount of energy in reproduction, feeding and ensuring safety. Owen Lovejoy's explanation points out that if males contributed to the survival of their mates and their offspring, then their own genes would survive into the next generation. Bipedalism would have allowed males to provide their mates and offspring with high quality food as well as to help protect them from any looming dangers. This explanation makes biological and behavioral sense. Natural selection cannot create a behavior like bipedalism, but it can act to select the behavior once it was arisen. Surely some early hominids were better at upright walking than others, a behavior that permitted them to forage widely and bring food back to a home base. I believe that our ancestors pre-Lucky became upright in the protection of the forest, a familiar environment in which they faced fewer dangers. Then, armed with a new type of locomotion, bipedalism, they were pre-adapted to move onto the savannas and expand their territory. Once we moved into more open environments, we brought a whole package of advantage with us. Our hands were free to make and use tools. We could walk long distances to collect and carry food, and in doing so benefit from enhances thermoregulation to prevent overheating. We could look over tall grass if we needed to, and so on. Bipedalism was a behavioral innovation that led the way to making everything possible for our evolution, even if it is still not perfected. Humans continue to suffer from fallen arches, hernias, severe lower back pain, and other head bedside effects of bipolardism. But it was still the single step in our ancient past that led to the tool making, brain enlargement, and intelligence that have led to our preeminence on the planet today. Friends, invention is such a big topic which cannot be shortened or completed. Well, I have tried a lot to write about inventions. Is this article of mine noteworthy for the coming generation or not? You think about this. Until then, let me go and find a few words about the Mars statement.